Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at these nursing exam questions which involve working out the amount of drug that we should be giving a patient based on the information provided. Now for this particular problem we're given two pieces of information. We're told that we can give 2 milligrams of this medicine, furosemide, per kilo of body weight, so 2 milligrams per kilo, but the solution we have has 20 milligrams per 5 milliliters of solution. So we've got quite a lot of information there set out in two main sections, so the actual prescription and the drug label itself. And we're being asked how much solution should we be giving to a 16 kilogram child. So first of all, what we would want to do is work out what dose a 16 kilogram child would need to get. So if we can do that in our head, that's absolutely fine. But if we're not able to do that, and we haven't got a calculator, we should be able to do this using a formal multiplication sum here, or a chimney sum. So 2 times 6 is 12. Put the 2 down, and the 1 is exchanged up here. So it's 2 there, and an extra 10 up here. Then we do 2 times the 1 here, which is 2. Add on this one, 3. So we need to be giving 32 milligrams of the medicine to this patient. So this child needs 32 milligrams of this medicine. However, the only information we have is that there is 20 milligrams per 5 milliliters of solution. Now if I just give them 5 milliliters, they'd be getting 20 milligrams, but that's not enough. They need 32 milligrams. So we need to work out a way of giving them exactly what they need, but using this solution here. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to be doing a bit of dividing and a bit of multiplying to work out the final answer. Now, I've drawn this diagram here as a fairly crude representation of what this means. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 milliliters. Here, 5 milliliters of the solution. And I know that there is 20 milligrams of medicine mixed into this. So I can split up my 20 milligrams of medicine amongst these 5 milliliters here. And when I do that, what I should see is that I have 4 milligrams of the medicine per milliliter. Now I did that visually here. So I split up my 5 milliliters and I shared the medicine equally amongst each milliliter so that we could see how much would be in every milliliter. However, mathematically, all I have done is I have done 20 divided by 5. I've taken those 20 milliliters and split them into 5 equal groups to work out what each milliliter contains. And the answer is 4 milligrams. So what this tells us is that each milliliter of solution contains 4 milligrams. So I can write that down. 1 milliliter is 4 milligrams. So 5 milliliters is 20 milligrams. 1 milliliter gives us 4 milligrams. The next problem though is that we're not needing to give them 20 milligrams and we're not needing to give them 4 milligrams. We need to give them 32 milligrams. It's 32 milligrams they need. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to take that 32 milligrams and divide it by 4, because what we're effectively doing is we're going to give it to them 1 milliliter at a time until we get up to 32. So I give them these 4 here, and that's not enough, so I give them these 4 here, and that's not enough, so I give them these 4 here, and I keep going until I reach 32. And if we did it that way, we would work out that we would need a total of 8 milliliters. So we'd give 4, so we'd be giving 4 in 1 milliliter, then 8 in 2 milliliters, then 12, then 16, then 20, and I'd need to keep going. I'd go 24, 28, 32. So in total I need to give 8 milliliters. The sum that I did to work that out is 32 and I'm dividing it by 4 because each milliliter contains 4 milligrams of the medicine. So 32 divided by 4 is 8 milliliters. So in this case, the answer to how much solution would we need to give would be 8 milliliters. Okay, now for this next example, this is an entirely fictitious one that I've just made up on the spot here. We have a prescription for this medicine, paracetam-oxyfruzy-bendroneomycin, and we can give 4 milligrams of paracetam-oxyfruzy-bendroneomycin per kilogram of body weight. So 4 milligrams per kilo. The solution is 30 milligrams per 5 mils, and we're being asked how much solution we would need to give for a 60 kilogram child. So a massively overweight child here. As a matter of fact, I just forgot to change the word child to an adult. So we've got a massively overweight child. We're needing to give them 4 milligrams per kilo. So what we're going to need to do, first of all, is work out how much we're actually going to need to administer. So we're going to do their body weight in kilos times the number of milligrams they're going to need. So 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 6 is 24. So they're going to need 240 milligrams of this medicine. Now, the medicine is administered in this solution, and it is 30 milligrams per 5 mils of solution. So, to work this out, what we're going to do is use the same method as before. So, doing it mathematically, all I need to do is do 30 divided by 5, because what I'm trying to do is work out how many milligrams of the medicine is in each milliliter. So I work out the amount of medicine in 1 milliliter, and the answer to that should be 6. Now I'll show it visually quickly as well, just to make clear what this actually means. So what I've done is I've taken these 30 milliliters and split them up into groups of 5. Which tells me that each milliliter solution contains 6 milligrams of medicine. Now that means that for every 1 milliliter that I give this patient, for every 1 milliliter I give, I'll be giving them 6 milligrams of the medicine. So, to work out how many milliliters I need to give, I need to do their dose divided by 6 milligrams. Because I'm administering it basically in chunks of 6. Every milligram I give them, I'm giving them 6 milligrams of medicine. So I'm chunking it up into groups of 6. So what I do is I do 240 divided by 6. Now, if you can do that on a calculator, that's great. But if not, it's perfectly easy to do this just using a written method. So, first of all, we do how many 6s are in 2. Well, the answer is none. We can't do that. That means that we still have 2 left. So it moves down into the next column, making this number 24 now. How many 6s are in 24? Well, the answer is 4. There are 4 6s in 24. How many 6s are in 0? 0. So in total, that means that we need to be giving them 40 milliliters of solution. Now, of course, as a fictitious example, that sounds like rather quite a lot of medicine. But in this example, the answer would be that we need to give them 40 milliliters of paracetam-oxyfruzy-bendroneomycin. Now, the way we worked it out was step by step. We worked out how many milligrams per kilo they need. So we did their body weight times the dose. That got us 240. Then separately, we worked out how many milligrams is in each milliliter of solution. And the answer to that was 6. Then we combined our facts that we created here. So we combined this answer, and divided their dose, 240, by the amount of medicine in each milliliter to work out how many milliliters we will need to give them in total. And our final answer, in this case, would be 40 milliliters.